All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I still feel so deflated, so shell-shocked after that match against Leeds. Honestly, I know some of you guys have probably gotten over it, but that one was difficult to get over because it was so against everything that we were doing. Like, we had a very good match against Spurs, and then Leeds did us like that. Very, very difficult to get over. Probably won't get over until we have our next match. This is why midweek matches were good, because we could get over things. Now you're going to have to suffer. You will have to suffer until another game comes along. And on top of that, when you see Man United doing what they did against Liverpool, that win against Leeds would have been massive, would have been really good. Yeah, I got the new kit on. I've got this on. Here we go. Look at that. Look at this. This is from the latest promotion that we did not that long ago for football shirts, classic football shirts. And I got this from them. So it's good to see. Lots of people have tuned in. Good to see all you guys. We're going to start the show very soon, talking about the latest Chelsea transfer news. Some mad money being thrown around. I can't help to think that we are sort of entering the panic stations, aren't we? We are entering the panic stations because we're running out of time, and now we are having to throw money left, right, and center. Big time. Good to see a lot of you guys. Good to see you, Shubra. Shubra, by the way, I DM'd you. Let me know if you received that DM, man. I've asked you something in the DM, so just have a look. I'm hoping you'll say yes to it, man. Valan, good to see you. Shihab, good to see you. Serves, RN, Marvo, so many of you guys are here. Good to see you all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get, what size is that? This is a large. That's a large. I tried medium before, and that was too tight, so I've gone with a large. Okay, let's start the conversation. A lot of people are saying Anthony Gordon, that shot of a player. Look, I don't think he's a shy player, but I don't think he's 60 million. That's for sure. Like, if Anthony Gordon's worth 60 million, Leicester must be thinking Wesley Fofana's worth 120 million. Like, how's Everton about to squeeze 60 million off us? It's mad. But yeah, this is the latest that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are willing to offer Everton a package comprising a guaranteed 50 million with a further 10 million in add-ons for Anthony Gordon. Look, I've said it many times to you guys that I think he's a decent player. In fact, he's a very talented player. I've watched quite a bit of Everton last season, watched a bit of Everton this season. There were a couple of matches already this season, not that great, but last season he wasn't bad. But for me, this move to Chelsea is a bit too premature for Gordon. Gordon needs to stay and build his graft a little bit more. And 60 million for Anthony Gordon is mad. It is absolutely mad. Do you understand? 60 million. We got Cucurella for what? I think 62, but that's because we paid overs for keeping Lewa Colwell as our player, and giving him on loan. Cucurella is an advanced level player. Cucurella is someone whose skill sets are fine-tuned. And Cucurella is, predominantly going to play in the left wing-back position. He can definitely play as a left LCB. Gordon is probably going to play as a right wing-back for us. If anything, I highly doubt he's going to play as an inside forward. He doesn't have that technicality yet to play in the half spaces. He doesn't have that technicality yet to pick up those really key passes from those positions. He can pick up crosses from wide areas, but he's not built for an inside forward, a number 10 position as yet. 60 million for me is mad. That level of... See, I don't understand, man. I don't get what we are trying to do now. 60 million. Go and find yourself a defensive midfielder or another midfielder. We're in trouble. Kante out for God knows how long. Kovacic is still out. We're in trouble. Right now, it's Jorginho, and Jorginho ain't going to cut it every season. We know it very, very well. Jorginho is not going to cut it. Why not spend that 60 million? If you're willing to throw all that cash, why don't you throw all that cash to Wolves, to Ruben Neves? I'm pretty certain Wolves will accept a 60 million bid for Ruben Neves. Now, I'm not saying whether Wolves will agree on that deal now, like, because the season started, they're probably already thinking about the season and whatnot, and does it give them enough time to find themselves another DM? Probably not. Perhaps Mateus Nunez could possibly play as a deep player, but he's more of a number 8. Ruben Neves is there, 60 million. I'm pretty sure if we look a little bit more, we could possibly find other players as well. But 60 million for Anthony Gordon seems mad to me. Seems absolutely mad. Miz, thank you. Play by play, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Miz, thank you for educating me on the game over the last few months. Haven't been this invested in the sport at any point, but I'm in love with it now. Man, that is a superb super chat. Thank you so much for that. Honestly, that just makes me want to work hard even more for the channel. And I'm glad you're getting a lot out of it, which is fantastic. MS Dhoni, Miz, I think a player swap would be ideal if we're going for Gordon rather than 50 million. Lampard wants Chelsea players. Okay, yeah. Now, there is a point. That is definitely a point. We could perhaps, they want 50 to, they want 60 million, 50 plus 10 million. Don't forget the 10 million in add-ons. So they want 60 million. We could potentially give them Billy Gilmore on loan. We can give them Batshuayi. We can give them Ross Barkley. Hell, do you want Callum Hudson-Odoi perhaps? Do you know what I mean? Like, take Callum Hudson-Odoi if you're interested. So there is a point. There is a point that you're talking about, MS Dhoni, that we could potentially net out this position. This 60 million could be netted out. So, but still, it's just a lot of money, man, for Anthony Gordon. Look, as I said, I don't for a second think that, he's not going to be a good player. Like, Anthony Gordon has the potential to be a very good player. And maybe that's what we're going for, aren't we? We're going for the long-term project with this particular player. But for me, we need something for now, man. We need something for now. Everton used up all their loan slots already, Miz. Oh, really? Well, that sucks. Well, now they're going to have to buy it. Well, they're going to have to probably buy Billy Gilmore. Seems like Thomas Tuchel probably doesn't rate Billy Gilmore. Because why are we blowing money on Gordon, a player we didn't even know of 3 seasons ago? Well, 3 seasons ago, he didn't even play. I think last season was his first season in the Premier League. Seriously starting to question TT talent ID. Look, Thomas Tuchel is not designed to do this, transfer dealings and this role. This should not be his role. This is why we need a director of football in ASAP. Because right now we're just going with what we know. And Thomas Tuchel knows the league, and that's why he's going for a lot of these Premier League players. Anthony Gordon, Sterling. Who else did we go for? Cucurella. So, you can see Wesley Fofana. So he's going with players that he knows from this particular league. But we need more. It needs to be wider. The spectrum has to be a lot wider than that. It can't just be Premier League players, which is not always the right way to go about. Miz, what DM would you go for? Look, off the top of my mind, I've not really seen many leagues out there. I'm pretty sure in the French Ligue 1, there's probably plenty still available. But if you're looking at from from the Premier League, Ruben Neves for me would be an awesome pick. Honestly, Ruben Neves would be an awesome pick. A while back, I even talked about when Leeds, Bielsa was around, I even talked about Calvin Phillips. Some of you guys may even say Declan Rice. I don't fancy Declan Rice, but a lot of you guys do. So yeah, Declan Rice is definitely an option, but he's going to be worth a lot of money. That's the issue. I wanted Basuma, but Basuma has gone to Spurs. Tottenham Hotspurs are ready to make a late move to rival Chelsea for Everton attacker Anthony Gordon. I don't understand why Tottenham are going for Anthony Gordon. They've got enough wing backs and they've got enough attackers. So this to me seems like just another one of those opportunistic news article. For me, this is probably not true that Spurs are going for. I think Spurs have done their business. So I don't think Spurs are going to do any more. Chelsea, so we'll talk about Rafael Leao very, very soon. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Nearly 250 of you guys are here. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to 200 immediately. Only 35 likes. Let's get the likes up to 100. Let's bump it up to 100. And we're going to talk about Rafael Leao very, very soon. For me, this Gordon situation, look, is there a need? I want to ask you guys, is there an actual need to have Gordon? Because you're going to potentially have Reece James moving back into the wing-back spot very, very soon. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is playing in that wing-back spot as well. So what are we using Gordon for? As I said, he's not cutting it. He's not cutting it for... he's not cutting it to be a number 10. Believe me, he's not cutting it to be a number 10. Not yet. Truth bomb, Tuchel mispositioned players, targeting the wrong players, and has restrictive system that Champions League win is saving him. Man, Haj, I literally did a video maybe about a month or month and a half ago. And the amount of insults I got because I said Thomas Tuchel's under pressure this season, it was mad. I love Thomas Tuchel. I don't want him to be sacked. I don't want him to be gone. But at the same time, I want excellence. And I get it. Excellence takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It will take a bit of time. I understand that. But that performance against Leeds, even though if you notice, some of the individual stats didn't look that bad, but Leeds outplayed us. And that kind of stuff is on Thomas Tuchel. And for Thomas Tuchel to come out in the post-match interview to say that Leeds' style didn't bother us, it was really just individual mistakes. I found that quite baffling. I was sort of thinking, man, their style was the way they played was something that bothered us big time. It was culmination. It was their style was the culmination of what we ended up doing, which was a lot of unforced errors. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to say. King Cobra, thank you so much for the super chat. Are you starting to lose faith in TT? No, I'm not. I'm not starting to lose faith. But I want to see him start getting some consistency in this team. I've seen too much from Thomas Tuchel back in PSG, back in Dortmund, that he's an attacking manager. I don't know why right now he hasn't been able to click into gears for us. That's what's annoying me. Scotty Cadet, thank you so much for the super chat. Gordon's forward pressing and creativity are unlike what we have. Better 60 million now rather than 90 million later. TT said a midfielder isn't needed now. Look, you may have a point here. You may have a point here, Scotty, because Gordon is fast and he will take his man on. I'm not really sure about the creativity. His creativity is a lot to do with whipping in crosses from either hitting from byline or from deep. He's not that elite pass master as yet. Yes, every now and then he has those odd, really good passes, but he's not there creative-wise yet. 60 million is a lot of money that we're paying overs. You're talking about 60 million now, rather pay 90 later. I'm thinking he's probably worth about 35 million to 40, and later on he's worth about maybe 65 to 70. So we're already paying 60 million. I don't think he ever will reach to that 90 million mark. 90 million mark is what gets you Rafael Leao right now. Do you know what I mean? We'll talk about Rafael Leao very soon. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. Same team that destroyed Spurs makes no sense. Exactly. I think it has to do with Tim. Spurs, their press wasn't as intense as Leeds. Spurs sort of half-heartedly pressed us. When they pressed us and they saw that we pressed, started getting through their midfield and into their attacking third, they said, no more press. They won't press. They'll just allow us to sort of have the ball, and then they'll try and counter us. Whereas Leeds, they were relentless. This makes me think we've got a lot of work to do, man. We've got a lot of work to do. Ms. Check Simon Phillips' latest tweet about Gordon. Okay, let's have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Phillips. Yeah, this whole Gordon thing seems a bit too much for me. Chelsea have made a proposal of 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons for Anthony Gordon, which they are hoping Everton will work. Everton would be mad not to accept this. Everton really would be mad. If I'm Everton, I'm saying 60 million because that's good money. Well, 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons, fine. 10 million I'll get it later on. If I'm Everton, I'm taking the 50 million. The discussion between the clubs were held over the weekend, and the offer went in on Sunday. Wow, it went in on Sunday. You'd think that offer should be accepted. Yeah. It's mad. Another thing is we had Kante against Spurs. Yes. I don't know. I mean, Shubra, I want to ask you, do you really think if Kante was playing with Leeds and the way Leeds was pressing, if we were isolated the way we were, do you think Kante is supremely press resistant? I just want to ask you that. The one player that we badly missed in that Leeds game was Kovacic, because Kovacic has the ability to resist the press, beat the press, drive. Yes, Kante can drive, but would he have turned over the ball as well? Would Kante have turned over the ball as well? Miz, any Fofana news? No news so far, but I think Fofana, we are going with the final bid, and this probably the last bid will probably end up happening. So Fofana will be a Chelsea player. I think so. If he doesn't happen before the Leicester game, yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned. You'd think before the Leicester game it happens. Some people were trying to scare me by saying, Miz, Harry Maguire didn't start for Man United. Just saying. And I'm like, don't you dare talk about that kind of stuff. That's mad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Rafael Leao. Chelsea have asked AC Milan about Rafael Leao. Conversations ongoing, but the club have referred to his release clause of 150 million. This is Matteo Moretto. Chelsea have had an interest in Rafael Leao for over a year, but it is not an advanced negotiation. Milan have always declared Leao as key part of the project. There's also a 150 million release clause. Now, this release clause seems a bit strange for me because Rafael Leao only has one more season left in his contract. I still think this won't happen. I feel like this is a mechanism for Rafael Leao's agent to find a new contract with AC Milan. Like, this guy is AC Milan's main man, and this is way too. Now we're entering the last phase of this Leao situation. Unless we are thinking about sending Hakim Ziyech there and Leao comes to us, because how's AC Milan going to lose one of their key players when they want to defend their Serie A title? Like, we've got to be realistic. AC Milan could lose their most important player with Chelsea ready to get serious with an offer of around 95 million, Rafael Leao. I don't think 95 million euros as well. What's that? What's that? About 80 million pounds? I don't think they'll do anything less than 100 million pounds, if I'm being honest. Marbo saying Leao has 2 years left, means he isn't extending his contract. Is it 2 years? Because last I checked was contract expires June 30th, 2020. Oh, yeah, it is 2 years. 2 years. He's got 2 years. So there you go. You're going to have to pay that release clause, don't you? I don't think this is happening. Honestly, I will lose my mind if it happens. I will celebrate big time. But I can't see how Rafael Leao happens, if I'm being absolutely honest about the situation. This for me is minimum 100 million pounds. And only then AC Milan's going to do something about it. Once we throw all that money for Wesley Fofana, this is why we're going for Aubameyang, because he's going to be around 20 million pounds. Once we throw all that money on Wesley Fofana, I'll doubt if we're going to spend another 70, 80, 90, let's say 90 million pounds on Rafael Leao. No way. No way we're doing that. Vishnu saying, why not Leroy Sané? Yeah, why not Leroy Sané? Why not? The issue is, I don't think Bayern Munich's selling at the moment. They've started their season off well and they're settled. They're probably not going to let go of Sané right now. Yeah, they're not going to let go. Some people are saying, Miz, you removed me as mod. Look, I've removed quite a lot of people as mod, and I've only kept a few people that I've known for a while. The reason being, some of the mods started blocking some of the regulars here, and I don't appreciate that. So, yeah. I just had to take a few people out, a lot of people out as mods, because, yeah, some of the regulars started to complain that, hey, why am I getting blocked? So I don't like when mods starts blocking people. Like, no need to block people that have a different view than us, unless they're being abusive, obviously. Everton boss Frank Lampard is considering a late loan move for Armando Broja. Chelsea reluctant to sanction any permanent sale. Ben Jacobs. Look, wasn't there some conversation that if Aubameyang comes to Chelsea Football Club, then Broja will leave? So we'll see. Ishan, good to see you, my bro. Why not Sunil Chetri? Yeah, why not Sunil Chetri, man? Miz, your thoughts on Zaniolo links? I don't think. These Italian players, unless they're of the age of Cesar Casedi, these Italian players, very, very difficult for them to leave Italy, man. And Zaniolo, I think he's picked up quite a serious injury as well. So I don't think this is happening. If you have Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, Benzema, Mbappe as the team, same time with TT system is nothing anymore. TT system has been killing their career. Miz, would you prefer Kante plays the Mekelele role because he can't keep being a box to box? Look, I would have loved it if Kante transformed himself as someone who could just sit deep and just play from deep. But this brother doesn't. He lacks the discipline. He can't sit deep. He loves to bomb forward. He loves to chase around the ball. You saw one of the clips from Pep Guardiola. He says Kante will be chasing all day long. Kante loves chasing. He loves chasing the ball. He can't be disciplined to stay as... It would have been brilliant if he could just stay as the deepest midfielder. It would have been excellent. But he can't do it. He can't do it. And that's why it's a shame. Yeah, the Gordon thing came out of nowhere. That is not a long-term solution that's going to work out. Yeah, look, Armando Broja, don't be surprised if he goes, man. If we get Gordon for 60 million, I don't see why Armando Broja shouldn't be at least 50 million. If Gordon is 60 million, how much is Armando Broja worth? That's a good question, actually. If Gordon is 60 million, how much is Armando Broja cost? Should be worth? Actually, Armando Broja should be more than Gordon. Armando Broja should be like 85 million then. Yeah. Do you know what, Everton? Give us give us Gordon and 20 million and you can have Armando Broja. How's Gordon 60 million and Broha anything less than that? I don't understand. Broha has had a very good season last season again with Southampton. Sure, it sort of drifted off a little bit at the end, but why should Broha be worth any less? This is the issue. This is the issue with the Gordon price. The Gordon price sets a precedent. It creates another one of these inflationary issues in the market because Gordon is not worth 60 million. Gordon at max is worth about 35 million. I'm being honest. He's a good player. He's a very good player, but he's not worth 60 million. He's probably about 35 million. Gordon's not done anything as yet in Everton. As I keep saying, he's got the raw skill set. He's a very good player, but he's not done anything for Everton as yet. But if Gordon's worth 60 million, Armando Broja's worth at least 80 million. At least 80 million. Leao is a very on and off player. He has the talent, but we rely too much on the mood he's on. Yeah, okay. Well, you seem like an AC Milan fan, so obviously you'd know. Yeah, we don't want moody players, especially if you're going to end up paying about close to 100 million. We definitely don't want moody players. Liz, I would love for you to watch more of Roma this year because I would like to watch what Jose made of Tammy. 80 million euros buyback next year. Yeah, man. Look, I'm down for some Serie A watch-alongs. It's tough to fit so many of these matches, but yeah, down to watch some Roma. Yeah, of course, Roma's actually got a very good team. 30 to 35 million is right price for Gordon. Yep, I agree, but we're about to pay 60 million. Ms. Emerson to West Ham United. Good man. We need some of these players gone. We need Alonso gone as well. We need Ziyech is probably moving on. Callum Hudson-Odoi needs to move on. Christian Pulisic needs to move on, but the word is apparently Pulisic will stick around, which is I don't know how Pulisic's father feels about that. All parties are optimistic to finalize the deal for Chelsea to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The player wants the transfer and has agreed a deal in principle with the club. Apparently, personal terms have been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed with Aubameyang. As I said, was never going to be an issue, personal terms. It's just a matter of now finding the right price with Barcelona, which I think we will. We need this player. We need goals. We need Sterling and Aubameyang up front. We need Oba and Sterling just around, and we need them to create chaos. And then we need the wing backs to really help them. And then we need at least a couple of midfielders to come and join the fun. Hopefully, Aubameyang and Sterling can be the two up front, and Mason can drop deep into midfield a little bit, or have Conor Gallagher, because Mason needs competition. Have maybe sometimes Conor Gallagher instead of Mason Mount. Liz, have you seen Yunus on Big Six? I have. Champion effort from him as well. So yeah, perhaps we can have Jorginho, Kovacic, or Kante, Gallagher, Sterling, Aubameyang, Reece James, and Cucurella. I think that would be good. Or this is a good shout as well. Or Carney. Maybe Kovacic, Jorginho, Carney, and then have Sterling, Aubameyang. We need Aubameyang. That's just my final thought, man. Honestly, we need Aubameyang. Sai Krishna's sharing something. I'd rather walk alone. Yeah, that was a good victory from Man United. I don't know how they did it. I really don't know how they did it, but they did it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on some of these recent Chelsea transfer news that's going around. How do you feel about the Gordon? 60 million for Gordon. That's mad. I wish we got Frankie de Jong, man. I know Frankie de Jong still wouldn't cut it as the deep lying defensive midfielder, but he provides something different in that midfield. Frankie de Jong with his vision and his passing. Look at the match Barcelona just played over the weekend. Frankie de Jong, just watch his game. Frankie de Jong in that match against Leeds would have been very good in terms of evading the press and then finding those key passes. Frankie de Jong would have allowed us to get control back in midfield. But Conor Gallagher on the other side, he was struggling, to keep the ball. He was getting dispossessed. And then whenever he had the ball, his passing wasn't the greatest from those positions. But the thing is, that's the thing with Conor. He's just not that level of a player as yet. He plays further up. Frankie de Jong wouldn't fix everything, to be honest. There are several midfielders out there with his skill set. Look, yeah, he probably wouldn't fix everything, but he will give us a different dimension in midfield. He really would. He really would. At the moment, the issue is we don't have Kovacic and Kante. Frankie de Jong with Kante and Kovacic in a midfield trio, that's a good midfield. Or Frankie de Jong, Jorginho, Kovacic, that's a good midfield trio. Frankie de Jong just behind the two attackers up front. That's, for me, that's right now, honestly speaking, and I'll do a truth bomb very, very soon in regards to Mendy, in regards to Havertz, in regards to even Mason Mount again. I did one about Mason Mount last season. Mason Mount just doesn't give us that impetus, that creative impetus from the positions that he plays up front. Someone saying check Ben Jacobs' thread. Let's have a look. Is this the one? Spurs' interest in Anthony Gordon is real. Okay, wow. And it predates Chelsea's. Okay, but Tottenham valued Gordon at 35 million. That's probably right. It is worth 35 million all in earlier in the window. Chelsea are prepared to pay 60. Why are we paying almost double, man? Why are we paying almost double? Everton still maintain he's not for sale and have already rejected 2 Chelsea bids. Newcastle have not come back in. Newcastle got themselves João Pedro. I think João Pedro is a very good player, by the way. Chelsea prepared to test Everton's resolve and are optimistic Everton will be lined up if they do sanction a sale. Frank Lampard is considering a late loan move for Armando Broja. Chelsea is still reluctant to sanction any permanent sale. Che Adams on Everton's radar. Loan not possible, and he's valued at 25 million. Scored twice off the bench against Leicester. No guarantee Southampton will sell. They need a striker. There's no doubt about that. That's why Everton's looking for such options. But they are about to do a daylight robbery on us with Gordon for 60 million. Ms. Frankie de Jong needs DM beside him. Yeah, he does. I just want to have a look. Have a look at Barcelona. Barcelona plays with the DM Busquets. Barcelona. Just want to see, because De Jong started. I just want to quickly have a look. Who was his partner? And do you know what? Barcelona played a 3 at the back. I want to bring this up for you guys. You guys will appreciate this. This was Barcelona's. This was Barca's lineup. Look at that. 3 at the back. Gavi. See, the Blues. You're talking about he needs a DM next to him. They literally played with Gavi. They probably use Christensen as that DM in the middle. See, this is the thing. Some of our fan base, they get worried when they see 3 at the back. They're not happy with 3 at the back. Look, Xavi just played 3 at the back. Eric Garcia, Christensen, Araujo. But it's the way you want to play 3 at the back. Pedri came out post-match, said, 3 at the back allows us to play proper possession-based football. I'm going to bring this up because there was a comment from Pedri. I want to bring this up. See if I can bring this up. It's a quote from Pedri. I want you guys to have a look at. I hope I can find that quote. But yeah, Pedri was saying that 3 at the back helped keeping possession. Maybe I won't be able to find it now. Oh, here we go. Pedri, Lewandowski looks spectacular. Maybe these guys have it. God knows where it is now. 1 hour ago. No, forget it. But anyway, bottom line, Pedri was saying that three at the back really helped them out from a possession-based football. Frankie de Jong, look, Gavi is his partner. He probably used Christensen as that other player. Bottom line, as you can see, it's how you play your football. It's how you instruct what the players need to do. Roles are important. Player roles is how you utilize that system. You don't necessarily need to have this brute DM next to you. You don't, man. But that's just my thought. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up very, very soon. Sai Krishna has just helped me out. Maybe he's found it. Love you, my man. Love you, Sai Krishna. Thank you so much. Pedri, the 3-4-3 formation helps us pressure the opponent more frequently. We applied what the coach said, and we had already used a similar system with Koeman. Barcelona. Pedri's probably one of the best young superstars. For me, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable talent. This guy is going to be a ridiculous player if he isn't already a ridiculous player. Look at what he's saying. The 3-4-3 formation helps us pressure the opponent more frequently. We applied what the coach said and had already used it. There you go. And as I've already shown you, they didn't necessarily have a DM. It was Gavi. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button before we go. Haj, the truth bomb. So Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech, Havertz, Tammy, Giroud, they're all rubbish. Is issue wake up? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Smash the like button before you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up to 200. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If there's any other news, we're breaking news, and will come in live. If not, you shall see another video right at the end, UK time around 8:30, 9 p.m. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully we do some business. Until next time. See ya.